Alright, we're back. And we're gonna go see what these two are up to. I grabbed her hand and we continued. I had to know. Yuri, how old are you?
18. Why?
Son of a... After we passed a bit of foliage, the path opened up more. And, at the sight, I cut off my own thoughts. Oh. Wow. Holy crap. I muttered and Yuri giggled.
Right?
I turned to her. Jesus Christ, Yuri. How did you find this place? She began to walk further along, still holding my hand. She exhaled, clearly reveling in her state of mind and body.
Well, I used to come here all the time when I was a little girl. Whether it be to come play with the other kids, or to read a book under a tree, or to enjoy a picnic with my family, or to just be here. It slowly became my happy place. Somewhere I could go just to get away from the trials and tribulations of normal life. And to actually answer your question, I'm not sure. I believe it was my mother, but that's not really why it's an important place. It just...
Is this why you wanted to show it to me? You said it was important to you. She nodded.
It is. And I wanted you to know about it. So we could...
She cleared her throat.
So we could make it an even happier place. For the both of us.
I stared at Yuri as she spoke. I smiled. You're adorable, Yuri.
What? That's not true. I'm asking to see how you're adorable. I'm just average.
You're not just average, though. AKA, you're perfect. She blushed but smiled.
Well, thank you.
I nodded. You're always welcome. I rubbed her hand and we continued walking down the path. And I felt it. The stress, the troubles, the pain, all of the stress of these last few months. Joining the club, the festival, dating Monica, breaking up with Monica, and even dating Yuri. My life has been a dream come true recently. But it's also been hellish for that reason. I constantly felt as if I had to impress Yuri. Someone... I know I don't have to. I never had to when we were friends. She's always liked me, even with my weird quirks. But I feel I owe it to her. I owe her to be the best version of myself. And hell, even I want to be the best version of myself. I want to change for Yuri, of course. But I want to do... I want to read books. I want to eat more than TV dinners. I want to be clean and want to be less of a slob. But he doesn't want that one as much. I just never had the drive to try. Until her. I squeezed her hand. Did I ever tell you that you're amazing, Yuri?
What? Why say that all of a sudden?
I shrugged. Just felt...
Well, thank you.
After a few moments, she began to lead us down a different path.
I know I said that the entire park was a happy place of mine, but there's one spot in particular I want to show you. My actual happy place.
I nodded and smiled. Lead the way. She went off the path completely and took me down a path over a log across a small creek, and into a more open spot. It looks alright. Very comfy. And is that a crate of books?
This is where I come specifically to read. The atmosphere is perfect, day or night or day. And I know I've already said it, but this place is very special to me.
Aw. Can we see that whole thing? There you go, there's the CG. She brought her arms around my neck and rested her chin on my head. I wrapped my arms around her as well. She sighed.
And you're special to me too. You're the most important person in my life. So I figured.
I hugged tighter and rubbed my arms along her back. I understand. Thank you. She kept her head on me and I felt comfort. Safety. Like nothing bad could happen. As long as we were with each other. As long as we were there for each other. I'll do it. I'll be an amazing guy. I'll be the best guy. The best boyfriend. The best one ever. Just to see her smile. That's so nice. Back to Monica being miserable. It hurts. It still hurts. It's been more than a week now.
I know it won't pass in only a week, but the wounds are still so fresh.
Like it happened yesterday. Every day she finds herself crying. or at least tearing up in some way. She feels she'll run out of tears eventually.
It's not healthy. I'm borderline. But why? What's so appealing? What's so appealing about that loser? Statement, not a question.
Before the literature club, he was a borderline incel. A NEET. Yet, she still loved him. She put her head in her hands. Why? Why is she cursed with this one-sided love? You're thinking about him again, aren't you? She turned to the door where her father stood.
No, Yes, I am. I'm sorry, Papa, but
Up. He put a hand up. You have nothing to apologize for, sweetie. He walked into the room and put his hands on her shoulders. Now, look. It's not easy to just get over all of this. Closure is tough. She stood up quickly and hugged him tight. She just needed something to hold on to. Needed an anchor. He kissed the top of her head. I think you should go talk to him. Her eyes shot open.
What? But Dad!
Hey, it's okay. You don't have to right now. It's just a suggestion is all. She sighed and put her head back onto his chest. Now, how about we go get some ice cream? Statement, not a question. He looked at her face and wiped. Just something to try and cheer up my girl. She giggled.
That's your solution to everything.
He chuckled and kissed her head again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. He smiled. I love you, honey. And I want to see you happy. I never want you to forget that. She nodded and stopped smiling.
I know you do.
She looked down.
I just wish he did, too.
He rubbed her head and she sighed. Just give it time. She smiled softly and hugged her dad tighter.
I love you.
What a nice wholesome moment. I groaned as someone shook me awake. What the hell? So early.
Merry Christmas.
After I heard that, I smiled. Wait, why is she in my house? My eyes opened.
What? Are you not happy to see me?
What? No. I sat up and beckoned her to me. You just told her you're not happy to see her? Oh wait, no, you told her you're not happy to see her. She set down her purse and I gave her a hug. I am very happy to see my one and only on this beautiful Christmas morning.
I'm very happy too.
She sniffed the air.
I would be happier if you put on some deodorant, though.
She pulled away and I gasped in mock offense. My own girlfriend, calling me smelly. However, will I recover?
Oh no, I didn't mean to.
She stopped.
Hey, you're just messing with me, aren't you?
I smiled and nodded. She sighed.
You're lucky you're so cute.
And now it was my turn to get flustered. I didn't expect that.
Anyway.
I chuckled. Even when she's the one teasing, she still ends up... You're getting there, Yuri.
I'm going to let you get dressed, and then we can proceed with our day plans. Sound good?
Day plans?
Yes, Ellie. Our day plans. I talked about it over the phone.
She giggled.
Well, would you like a refresher?
Nah, I know what we're doing.
So, Christmas is tomorrow.
Indeed it is. You want to do anything with me? Or do you want to spend it with your family?
You, please.
Any particular reason why? Your dad a jerk or something?
I don't have parents, Ellie.
You don't?
No, I live with my aunt. But she's usually away on business, with Christmas included. So it's either I spend time with you or I'm alone.
I bit my tongue to stop myself from saying a teasing remark. She isn't good with those. I have to remember that. Well, alright then. What would you like to do? My schedule is open.
Well, first, we should come over and open each other's gifts.
Alright. After that, maybe lunch? Sounds good. Wait. Every restaurant is gonna be closed. Except the ones that are forced to be open on Christmas, which are horrible, and no one wants to be there. It's Christmas.
I'll figure something out. Just leave it to me.
Okay. I trust you, babe. I heard her blush. How do you hear someone blush?
Still not used to that.
She cleared her throat.
But after that, I was thinking we could visit the girls and tell them Merry Christmas.
Alright. Anything else?
I think that's it, unless you want to cook something. You mentioned something about that.
Yeah, I got a ham in the fridge.
Great. We can eat that and then just relax for the rest of the night. Maybe watch a movie?
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Lovely. Farewell, honey.
I chuckled.
So now that we have that cleared up, I'll leave you to it.
Wait, why didn't I... Hey, Yuri?
Yes?
This might be pushing a boundary, but I'll never know until I ask. And I don't want to spend the rest of my life dodging the question. You mentioned that you didn't have any parents. Would you mind telling me what happened? You don't have to, and I'm sorry if this dampens the mood at all.
No, it's alright. But they're,
She cleared her throat.
they're gone, Hallie.
Like... She nodded. And my heart sank. Oh, Damn it. First Monica, and now her too. When will I not accidentally bring up dead parents? I'm sorry, babe.
It's okay. I'm over it. Plus, how could you have known?
Yeah, well... I'm sorry anyway.
Apology accepted.
Would you mind telling me what they were like? Quit pushing it.
Well, just parents, really. I love them dearly, of course. But nothing they did really stands out too much.
I began to speak, but Yuri cut me off.
Oh, wait. There was one thing. Every year, my father would take me to the carnival. It was never too far away, so we would always go.
She sighed.
I would love to go again sometime.
She twiddled her thumbs nervously.
But the big crowds freak me out a little. My mom used to be there and hold my hand the whole time. She made sure I was happy when I was supposed to be, you know?
I nodded.
Anyway, I'm rambling. Would you like your gift?
I flung the covers off. I then remembered I had slept in my boxers. Yuri covered her eyes and left the room in a blind, flustered panic. At least you weren't nude. Well, I hope her doing that and when I'm not wearing clothes isn't a permanent thing. After that thought, I stretched my tired arms and stood up. Shower. My own girlfriend called me a gross slob. Might as well do something about it. I grabbed my phone and turned it on to check the time. It's dead? But I had it plugged in. I checked the cord and the damn thing wasn't even in that outlet. Or, wasn't even in the outlet. I plugged it back in and it slowly fell back out. Son of a... Oh, that's annoying. I bent the pins and plugged it into the wall. Ugh. I need to call Dad about that. I stood it back up and grabbed a towel from my closet. I stepped out of the bathroom, lightly touching my recently combed hair. Gotta look nice for the lady. I grabbed my present from under my bed, opened up my bedroom door, and walked out into the hallway. Yuri, you down there? Statement, not a question? Yeah?
Yes.
I took a step onto the stairs.
But don't come down here.
I stopped.
I'm still getting ready. Go play a video game or something.
Alright, babe. I guess I can do that. I walked back into my bedroom, sighing. I guess I can get her gift ready. He'll like this. Oh, no, it's Yuri.
He'll like this. He has to.
Yuri watched the egg as it began to solidify in the pan. She grabbed some cheese and sprinkled it on top.
Oh, I really hope he does.
He's eaten this sort of thing in the past. He had it in his fridge.
Maybe his parents bought it.
His parents seemingly haven't been at home for weeks, though.
Maybe it's expired. Oh no, that's probably it. His parents bought the eggs a long time ago and he just kept them around. Oh my god, I'm about to poison him.
I think you would notice immediately if the eggs were expired. Her fists clenched and she picked the pan up off the stove. She opened up the trash can, but stopped right before she threw the food in. She sighed. She set it back on the stove.
Relax. He'll like it. Of course he will.
She smiled.
Oh, what if he doesn't like the gift? You didn't go shopping for it, but surely he'll like the gift anyway, right?
Surely. Yuri, I hate it. You did a terrible job.
What?
But nothing. You are the worst girlfriend of all time. We're done, freak show. She felt herself grow slightly nauseous.
No, that wouldn't. That's so unrealistic.
I agree.
But it...
She flapped her hands around nervously.
That wouldn't happen. It wouldn't.
She flexed her hands and took a deep breath. She turned off the stove.
How much time do I have?
She told Hallie that she would call him.
I'm okay.
She set her arm down on the counter to balance herself. She felt dizzy. She reached into her back pocket and inhaled deeply. She pulled out her handkerchief. She fumbled with the soft material until she held the stained blade. It was cold, like hell on a bad day. She pulled back her sleeve and stared at an arm riddled with scars.
What's one more? It'll be practically unnoticeable.
She inhaled, held her breath, and swiped the blade along a clean section of skin. Her dizziness came back in full force, and she felt herself clutching onto the countertop. She exhaled quickly, clearing her lungs of the heavy air. And there it is. That rush. Her head felt lighter, and her pupils dilated. But after a few moments, it went away. Her breathing slowed as she gradually came back down to earth. She closed her eyes and inhaled deeply. She exhaled and opened her eyes. She put the handkerchief back in her pocket and went to grab her purse. Shoot. It's upstairs. She left it up there when she went to wake up Hallie. Shoot.
I don't want to risk going up there with a bleeding arm.
Surely he has some medical supplies in the kitchen? She looked around, but upon not seeing anything at the first glance, decided to open a few cabinets. It's more of a bathroom thing. After finding some dishes in a box of cereal in an odd place, she opened up the cabinet underneath the sink. There we go. She pulled out a white and red box from the back of the part of the cabinet. It clearly hadn't been used in a while, but she doubted antiseptic expired. She removed her necessary supplies and began to clean up her wound. Everything went well, but unfortunately had to use the last of the bandages.
I'll have to replace those in secret. I don't want him to get worried.
Would he even notice they were gone is a real question. She put the box back in the cabinet and looked around. Nothing happened. Or nothing had happened. Nothing had changed. Everything was okay. Everything was calm. Yuri was calm. She grabbed a cup. She grabbed a cup and filled it with tap water.
Today is going to be hard, Yuri. It's going to be stressful. You're going to get nervous, flustered. You cannot do that again. That has to be it for today. It's not normal. You're not normal. Just try to act normal.
For his sake.
Now, back to breakfast.
She turned the stove back on.
I'm glad I remembered to turn this thing off.
The narration sure didn't do it for you. Damn it! I clutched the controller tightly. This level is ridiculous.
Ellie, please come down here.
Oh, I guess it's time. I set down the controller, turned off my game console, and shut down the television. I then reached under my bed and pulled out a... Perfect. Coming! I opened up my bedroom door, backside first, and struggled as I carried the heavy present. I walked into the kitchen after setting my present on the counter. Yuri's setting the table. Wait, did you make breakfast? She nodded happily and cleared her throat.
Yeah, I did.
She walked up to me and gave me a hug.
Merry Christmas.
She whispered.
Again.
I chuckled. Merry Christmas. She pulled away from me and presented her meal.
This is what's called an omelette de fromage. Omelette de fromage, rather.
A what now?
It means cheese omelette.
Oh, my bad.
That's quite all right. I didn't expect you to know much of French, about French.
Well, now I feel stupid.
Anyway, how about we eat this and then open the gifts?
Sounds good. I sat down at the table and Yuri served 2 omelets. One on her plate and one on mine. She sat down across from me and began to eat her meal. She seemed to be enjoying it. It needed something else, though. I stood up and went to my fridge, where I grabbed out a familiar red bottle. I don't care what you say. Ketchup belongs on eggs. I wouldn't eat it. I opened up the bottle and put a rather large amount all over the thing.
Did you just put ketchup on your omelet?
Yeah, why?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Why did you put ketchup on it? I have no issue with it, it just confuses me. So please enlighten me.
I chuckled and cut off a piece of my food. You act as if this is some thesis or something. I just like ketchup on my eggs. I saw my mother do it when I was young and just gave it a shot, you know? Haven't looked back since. I took a bite of the food. Damn, that's really good.
I'm not sure what I expected, but thank you for humoring me. I hope you continue to enjoy ketchup with your eggs, sweetheart.
I smiled. I'm mostly just surprised you haven't done it.
Why's that?
I figured it was a well-known thing. Would you like to...
Well, I don't know. I've never eaten my eggs with ketchup before. No offense, but the concept is rather strange.
I promise, it's really good. I wouldn't lie about ketchup. She seemed to be thinking it over. I know it's a little out of your comfort zone, but all I ask is that you take one bite. I held up a piece of my omelet, ketchup and all. She twiddled her thumbs.
Oh, what the hey. It's Christmas.
She ate the bite right off my fork. After a few seconds of chewing, she suddenly realized what she had done. She choked.
Jeez.
She coughed and I momentarily panicked. Hey, are you okay? That probably shouldn't have rhymed.
Yes.
She wiped her mouth with a napkin.
Sorry, I didn't mean to eat your...
You didn't mean to eat it directly off the fork, did you? Well, I wouldn't have known. You've always seemed like the romantic type. Poor girl couldn't take all of this. I smiled and grabbed her hand. Relax, Yuri. It's Christmas! I cut out another section of my omelet and held it up to her. Live a little. Be the romantic I know you can be.
I don't know if... that's...
Please? I tilted my head like a puppy.
Fine.
She hesitantly put my fork in her mouth. She was clearly flustered, but she went through with it. Thanks. Softly, she smiled and then nodded.